Welcome back. Hopefully we'll be able to get the game working here. We'll see. We haven't played it for a little bit. Hopefully all this code has gone okay. So what I'll do here is put this in. So in the, we had just sort of finished up doing this paused resume game function at the end of the last video, and we need to be able to call that. So again, I'm going to come up to here where we've got our check input somewhere. Too much code. Check input. Okay, so there's our check input call. Where did our check input script go though? There we are. Sorry, moved too far up. Check input here. So we had this basically using the key code space to start the game. We'll just put this in here, just above it. I think works best. So it's basically the same idea. So if the game state is equal to game state.paused, so go down there, or the game state is equal to game state.playing, we'll run that function. Okay, so so we got those two there, and then so if it's in one of those modes, and if the input dot get key up, so we'll just do it the same way as before with the space bar, key code dot space. And once we've got that going, so if they press the space bar, basically we'll do the pause resume game function. We'll call that. Okay, let's just make sure we close those up properly. Whoops. Oops. And just make sure that this is working. Did I call it pause to resume game? Yeah, I think pause resume game is probably better. Let's see if that fixes that up. Whoops, and I put too many because I don't want check input. There we go. Okay, so that should close up there, and I just called it, pause resume game. All right, so hopefully there's no errors here. Now I'll just go through all this script and just let you sort of see it. So pause it if you need to check. Computer panel. Next round. Okay, I'm going to go down to computer wins. Hopefully the last little bit here. Check input. Pause and resume game. Oops. There you go. Okay, so that should be all the code. Hopefully you grab that. Last little bit we need to do is only allow the move to occur when the ball is moving. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come into a couple of these functions here. So on the player, let's just see here. So in our update, we've got move. Obviously, we don't want the ball moving all the time. So what I'm going to have to do here, and we're going to have to create a couple references in a second, but basically in the update here, if the game dot, whoops, it will show red here for a second, game state does not equal playing, right? We don't want the ball to move. So game dot, oh, sorry. Yeah, so let me just think about that for a second. Yeah, so if it's not paused, then we want it to move basically. So game state dot paused. Okay, then it will move. Now it seems to be okay. Did we reference the game already? Perhaps we did. Okay, game.game. So we've already got that there referenced. So we're good. We're good to go on that. Okay. We should do the same thing, I believe. I'm just trying to think if we actually needed that there. I'll put it there for the moment. It should be okay. We might not actually need that, so we'll see. Let's save all scripts here. Let's go to our player. We don't want our player moving around if it's paused. So we're definitely going to state, check user input. So that computer. Okay, this one we want to do here. So I need to do basically what I did before. So just hit private game. Okay, so that will just access the game script. So at the start there, I need to find it. So game object. So game is equal to game object dot find, and then I want to find the game dot get component. Right, we just need to get access to that script, and so we want to grab the game script there. Hopefully that works out fine. And basically just what I did before is if the game state, game dot game state is not equal to game state dot paused, then we should be able to move our object here. So hopefully that will work out. Game state dot paused. It's giving me a little bit of red here. Unexpected symbol. Oh, of course, I forgot to close it up. Okay, so let's see what damage I've done since we haven't tried this game out for a bit. So let's go back. Importing scripts. Okay, that's good on my part. I've got no errors here. Let's see what happens when I play. Or is it still compiling? Might need to stop and restart my computer. My computer's almost 9 years old now, so here it is. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Okay. So we've got a null reference exception here. Let's just see what this is. Okay, we've got lots of them. Let's just pause this. Now, this might be a script order problem. Let's just see what's going on here. One of these here. Try this again. So HUD.GameStart.GameText, this might be an issue with the order here. So let's just, I'm just going to pause it, see if I can fix this, and then I'll come back. All right, a couple things that I think should fix this problem. One is I hadn't applied the text here, so that obviously was a big issue. So just make sure you click on your HUD canvas with your your HUD script, and then just drag all those in. Okay, that should solve part of the problem. Now the other issue is, I'm going to go back to the scripts here, and let's see if we can fix this up. Whoops. Okay, so, sorry it's a little small there. I was just trying to see it all because it's getting a little bit extra in the text. On the game one, we said somewhere here, let me just find it. Okay, just a second. The game. What's going on here? One second. Sorry, just lost myself there. So on the game script, we had put in here next round if game state equals game state.playing. And that's basically what we want. We did this on the computer, I believe. So game state, let's just change this up just to what we did there. Okay, so if game state equals game state.playing. Now, for some reason, game. Okay, so I'm missing game state here. because I need to put the reference in, of course. Game.GameState equals GameState.playing. That should fix itself there, I believe. Hopefully. And so basically I need to do that on the other one as well, on the player. Let's go to the player here. So we don't want to do the user input here. So I'm just going to put that in. Now I'm going to get errors there because obviously I need to put the same code in. So let me just grab this though. Okay, so that's in there. And so up here I have to do that just like we did with private game, and then we need to find that game one. So game is equal to game object dot find, and then we called it game dot get component, and we want to get the game script. Okay, and I've still got this GameState.playing issue. Because of course I need game dot. There we go. Okay, and let me just go fix the computer one too, because I need to grab the script and then that part. And I think I'm going to save all here. The only thing I'm worried about is the ball one. And did we get that? Okay, and so this one I need to make sure is that this is equal to, so as long as we're in the playing mode, right? So GameState, is it playing? I think so. Looks good. So I'm going to save all these again, go back to Unity and see if we're okay. And if we're not, okay, seems good. I'm not getting any null reference errors there. Press spacebar to play. Make sure we're in here. Okay, oops, I'm getting a reference exception when I'm hitting the spacebar. So I'll figure that out and then come back and hopefully you can wrap it up in our next video.